I've cooked this lasagna recipe 4 to 5 times already, and each time has been a great success. The only reason I don't do this more often is because of the amount of work put into it, and it takes time to do it well. I start off by heating some olive oil and putting in 1 whole chopped onion. Got to fry it till it starts to turn brown before putting in about 3 tablespoons of garlic. I also add in some herbs at this time like rosemary, thyme and cayenne pepper. Just about a teaspoon of each will do. Next I add in the minced meats. I'm using here a mix of beef and pork, but you can do all beef or mix with any other meats like chicken or lamb if you like. Just make sure there's more beef than any other meats. You'll want to fry it and make sure the minced meats are all broken up as you don't want chunks. Next I add in 3 cans of fresh diced tomatoes together with about 2 cans of water. Mix it well. Then here's where I add in just 4 drops of oregano oil. If you don't have oregano oil, you can use about 2 to 4 teaspoons of fresh oregano. Then I put it on low heat, cover and simmer for 2 hours. While that's simmering, I'll prepare the spinach. Pluck all the leaves, make sure to wash it well, then blanch it in boiling water just to lightly cook it. Put all these aside as I'll need it later. Now to check on the meat sauce. Add about 2 teaspoons of salt and black pepper to taste. Give it a little stir to distribute the salt and pepper. At about the 1.5 hour mark, it's time to make the bechamel sauce. In a sauce pot, melt 100 grams of butter in a liter of fresh milk. Make sure the butter is melted, then start slowly adding in 5 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Stirring to dissolve the flour before adding some more. Add a teaspoon of salt to taste, then keep stirring until it reaches a creamy consistency and turn off the fire. After all that is done, it's time to plate the lasagna. I used a new 10 by 10 inch square tray, but I forgot to line the pan with aluminium foil, and it dripped all over my oven. So please don't make the same mistake and just put a layer of aluminium foil in the pan before proceeding with this part. Pour in enough olive oil to coat the bottom of the pan, then add in 2 cans of fresh stewed tomatoes. Spread out the tomatoes so it covers the entire bottom of the pan. Next, add the lasagna sheets as shown. You'll be doing 3 layers altogether. Pour in the meat sauce on top of the lasagna sheets, then a generous amount of bechamel sauce over the meat. The first 2 layers I use a generous mix of mozzarella and parmesan cheese. Then I add in the spinach to finish my first layer. Repeat the same for the second layer. Lasagna sheets, meat sauce, bechamel sauce, mozzarella and parmesan cheese, and the rest of the spinach. Now for the final layer, I put the lasagna sheets again, then more meat sauce and bechamel. But now I use Edam cheese and the final topping of parmesan cheese. Finally, put a piece of aluminium foil to cover the tray, making sure to leave a gap of air at the top so that the foil doesn't stick to the cheese below. Now I put the tray into the middle of the oven at 200 degrees Celsius for 50 minutes. 15 minutes later, I remove the foil and turn up the heat to 230 degrees and move the tray to the top of the oven. This will burn the cheese at the top and create that top crust. Just leave it in the oven for 10 more minutes. 10 minutes has passed and here's the completed lasagna. Look at that beautiful crust on the top. Now it's tricky to cut it and bring it out, especially when it's hot. So leave it out to cool for at least half an hour before attempting to cut it. For a tray this big, you can cut it to 10 or 15 portions. Here I've cut it into 10 portions. Look at that, look how beautiful and tasty it is. If you like this recipe, follow me for more of similar content. Thank you for watching.